All right, I'm back. It's time for a Q&A. All right, so we're just gonna go through some questions. I'm gonna keep it to like 5 minutes and just have fun. Maybe even 7 if I'm feeling crazy. And we're just gonna have fun. Oh my God, all of my friends are at the top. It's so funny. Okay, so when are you coming to San Diego? That's what Nikki asked me. ASAP, baby girl, you already know. I'm on my way right now. Chris, how much do you love me? Too much, it hurts. Tabitha, where do you buy your followers from? I feel like if I joke and say that I buy my followers, people are gonna actually think I buy followers. I don't buy followers, but if I were to buy them, I don't know where I'd buy them. Fuck, Tabitha, I can't even. She just walked by. All right, okay, we're just getting right into it. Someone said, do you still get Botox and fillers? Yes, I do. Not very often. I basically get Botox for like my forehead, and I just have them. I don't want it to be like, I don't want to squint, because I've had it before where like I try to like make an angry face and this just doesn't move. Like I would be like this was the most I could show that I was angry. Now I can obviously like move my brows and be like expressive. And I was like, I want to be able to lift my brows, but I don't want all the lines, because I have like 5 lines. As a kid, my mom had them and I was like, that looks so cool. I want that. So I would sit in front of the mirror and just like raise my eyebrows over and over again. I sometimes do it for my jaw. If my jaw is really bothering me, the muscles get really, really round. And so I try to just like slim them down and help with the discomfort. And then for filler, the only filler that I do is underneath my eyes, which it's been a while and you can kind of tell that I'm due. The darkness around my eyes becomes a lot more intense when I have it. And I only have to do it, I do my Botox maybe twice a year, and I do the filler once a year, and then I'll maybe get a touch up like for a second time, but it doesn't cost as much as the first time. Someone asked, what is your tip on days when you don't feel like yourself? And maybe people won't agree with me, but I have just learned that for myself, it's easier to allow me to just like write out whatever I'm feeling versus trying to force myself to be productive and, you know, bubbly and stuff when I'm just not feeling that way. So if I can, I'll move appointments around and just say like, look, today is gonna have to be like a mental health day for me. I got a yawn, sorry. Today's gonna have to be like a mental health day for me. I'm not really feeling my greatest, and I wanna be able to show up and be 100%. This is if it's like I have plans with friends, or I'm supposed to have like a very casual like lunch meeting with my management or a brand or something. I'll try and spend that day honestly doing whatever I want, and that typically is like lying in bed and watching Netflix and like ordering an acai bowl. Why do I keep yawning? But if you're somebody that like when you feel down, you like to push yourself to do something, go out, go to a plant shop, go on a hike somewhere, maybe go to the beach and write and meditate. But just like cater to yourself on those days if you're able to, in some way, shape, or form. Hey guys, quick cutaway before we get on with the rest of the Q&A. I did want to take a moment to shout out BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I'm really, really excited to be working with them. So let me tell you a little bit about them. As you guys know, I've been very transparent in my mental health journey. As you guys know, I've always been very transparent and open on my journey with mental health. I've struggled with anxiety, depression, OCD, PTSD, a large variety of different disorders. I've actually been a user on BetterHelp, and I really adore this platform. Basically, BetterHelp is able to assess your needs and match you with a professional licensed therapist to get you the mental health guidance that you've been needing, which I really appreciated because locally it can actually take weeks before you find a therapist and can actually have a scheduled appointment with them. It's important to note that this is not a crisis line, this is not a self-help line, this is actually a platform being provided to you to allow you to get secure professional counseling. Their network actually has over 15,000 counselors that you might not be able to actually ever find locally. And on top of that, this service is available worldwide. Another great thing is that you're actually able to go online and message your counselor, which is something that I took advantage of a lot in the beginning. I always heard from them in a timely manner, and it was a thoughtful response that really made me feel like I was being cared about and nurtured. I would say the best perk about BetterHelp though is that it's actually 10 times more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and they also actually have an option for financial aid. BetterHelp HELP wants you to start living a happier life today, and they have everyone just there waiting to help you start your mental health journey. If you guys want to try out BetterHelp for yourself and start your journey the right way, make sure to visit betterhelp.com/Jazmine. I will have that on the screen for you guys. That's betterhelp.com/JAZMINE. And join the over 1 million people that are taking charge of their mental health and getting professional counseling. If you visit the link that I provided in the description box, you're actually gonna be able to get 10% off of your first month. So highly encourage it. And thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Somebody said, what do you look for in a man? It's a great question, because I actually feel like it changes with time, but my core values sort of stay the same. And I just answered this question when I was playing We're Not Really Strangers the other day, and it was like, what are qualities that you look for in a partner? So I'll put it in that shape. And it was like, what are the top 3 things? And mine was communication, so important. Like, if we have no communication, we have nothing. Ambition is very important. I'm a very driven person, and I'm constantly striving to be a better version of myself, and like taking time to reflect on myself and see areas where I can improve, areas that I have improved in, areas that may just need a little bit more attention in terms of like maybe my body image or something like that. But also work-wise, I'm very ambitious too. So it's really important that I have that with my partner. It's more of a loose one, but I feel it's important to touch on this too, is just like banter, and like fun times. Like, you have to be able to make me laugh. We have to be able to be like sarcastic and fuck around with each other, because that's what keeps things exciting, and I feel like it's a part of what keeps it alive. So often you see people just get into a routine, and like the jokes and stuff become less playful because now it's serious, but it's like, no, just have fun. We're just having fun. We love each other. We're having fun. So those would be the top 3 things. Joe, my homie Joe, gotta shout him out real quick. He said, what's one thing that has happened to you recently and one thing that you look forward to? One thing that's happened to me recently is I had a really good date, a really good couple of dates. And it's been a while since I've had like a really good date. So I would say that. And one thing that I look forward to is so many things. Seeing my aunt soon, selling my condo, continuing to hang out with this said date person. Do I want more dogs or other animals? Yes. I would love to get like a bearded dragon or a gecko, but then I'm like, am I 7? Sorry, that's actually really offensive. No, if you have reptiles, that doesn't make you a child. I just think for me, I'm like, I never had a reptile, and when I did, I was a kid, and all of my friends were kids, and I'm like, is that random? Like, my best friend's little brother just got a gecko, and he's 7, and I'm like, I want to get a gecko too. I want a leopard or a crested gecko, but I've held off, not because I don't think I can take care of it. I think the 2 things that kind of concern me are the crickets, because I really don't like crickets. I also want to get more dogs and cats, but I'm like, with what time? Literally with what time? I'm struggling as it is. I have no business getting any more pets, but I would love to. Somebody asked if I'm gonna move in with Nikki. I am not. I have my own apartment here in LA. Nikki is living with her boo thing in San Diego. And as much as I love San Diego, that's just a little bit too far for me. I'm quite settled here in Los Angeles, living my life, and it's been really great. So no plans to move there, but definitely many plans to see her, especially now that she's closer. Somebody said, I don't want to be cryptic, but this was my dream and it has me rethinking life. If you were told the date and time that you would die, how would that impact your life? I don't know. I think it would significantly affect the way that I live my life, the decisions that I'd make, because I feel that I have this timeline, which I think can just have a greater coverage on the fact that we should be living this way anyway. We should be living like we can die at any moment, because we can. People's lives get taken away from them at the flash of an eye in seconds. And I've just been hearing a lot of like really sad stories about that recently too. And so I feel that I would live more fearlessly, and I'd live with the end in mind, but not in the way of like, I don't know, I would live a life. But then it's like, well, what if you know that, what if it's like you're not gonna die until 103 on September 15th of 3005? Like, then would that change things? Maybe. I don't know. It's a good question. But I think I would just live more truthfully to myself, especially if it was sooner. Ooh, someone said how to get back into the dating scene without or minimal anxiety. Help. Look, your girl has been in the dating scene on and off since moving to LA. It's not fun. You're gonna meet some people that are, I mean, it is fun. I shouldn't say that. Dating is fun. You're gonna meet some people that are great. You're gonna meet some people that aren't great. You might meet your next partner, you might not. But I think you just have to go into it with an open mind and an open heart. The way that I tried thinking of it when I went on my first date in months with this person, it was like so spontaneous, and so it didn't really allow me time to plan in my head, like, do I really want to go on this? Is this going to be any fun? It was like, let's hang out tomorrow. Okay, cool. Actually, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm going to be grabbing dinner with my friends. Cool, let me come and pick you up. And it was just, it was all like within an hour and a half I was hanging out with this guy. So it allowed me to just like not overthink it and just be in it, which I know is tough because not many people live a life where they can just throw themselves into date plans. But I feel like the more casual you make it in your head with meeting a new person, just treat them as if you're gonna meet a friend. And then if it turns into something more, awesome. And if it doesn't, then you know that it just wasn't a good match, and that's okay, and you tried. And just allow yourself to experience each date one day at a time. So one person said, what's your go-to alcoholic drink now? Cheers